I was working at that place at Willowstone for a little bit, and sadly they had to let us go because of COVID. They had to let like 6 people go. But
Dude,
like,
so many people
yeah,
down.
even just noticing that, just like the difference of like I have to just like blow glass. I have to hustle 24/7. I can't
Yeah.
really just like wait to have to go in to get hours. I have to just get the hours because.
Yeah,
Dude, it's
even when
fucking.
you put those hours in, doesn't mean you get any money out of it.
No,
either.
exactly. That's the best part that
That's
I try to
the thing
explain to
about glass
homies.
blowing. It's like just because I was there 6 hours doesn't mean I made any money.
So I was there, 100 hours this week. Doesn't mean I get a paycheck for it.
Fuck yeah. Okay, here we go. What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 16 of the podcast. Today is a very special episode. I have a guest here today, as you can see. Today we have my friend, Pop D, glass artist, Papa D, new Papa to the game. Welcome, dude. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. And it's been a minute, guys. Me and Vince have not had a chance to hang out since the pandemic started because everyone's just been kind of hunkering down and staying home. So, just grateful that Vince was down to come in today and do this with me because we've been really wanting to do a guest episode for a while. So this is sweet. And then a couple of things before we get into the episode. Don't forget we have the Heady Hawaii drop coming up. Cash Sells Heady Glass is already happening and I guess sold out, pre-sold. I'm not really sure, obviously. I don't know what's going on. My wife does. But the Heady Hawaii drop is coming up. Going to be over 90 pieces available at Heady Hawaii. So anybody that's looking for those clear RBRs, the more affordable stuff, they're going to be dropping there. And they're also going to have some colored stuff as well. And all the pre-sale stuff has been shipped. So you guys will be seeing those soon. If you don't get them this week, you'll probably get them the following Monday after this podcast. And fuck yeah, let's get into it. So Vince.
What's good, brother? Again, thank you real quick, too. I wanted to say thank you for having, when you texted me a couple days ago about it, I was like, dude, normally we always get to hang out and just chill. So it's like, yeah, this recent past couple of months has been, a little strange for everyone. So it was real. When I saw that message, I just got so lit up. I was like, dude, of course, if you're comfortable with me coming down, let's hang out.
Yeah,
let's come, it's just been so long that I feel like people need to still remember that, if everything's okay, you can still hang out with your friends and your families.
Yeah, within your social group.
Yeah, exactly. There's no reason for you to not to be able to, be with them.
Well, even in our state, they're just saying groups 10 or less, and if you are hanging out, be cautious. If you're not feeling well, don't go hang out with the group and shit like that. So both me and Vince are feeling great.
Yeah, exactly.
So we are practicing that safe semi-social distancing. He has his own joint. That's the only safety we're doing right now, really.
Look at that.
But dude,
this should be the new standard anyway for
right?
Everyone should just always have their own
honestly,
joy.
I feel like people, all the things people are doing with masks and all this stuff now, I feel like, maybe there will be some things from it that come benefits. Like maybe the flu season will be a little bit less intense this year just because people are so cautious about washing their hands and everything. So as much as it sucks, maybe it'll be a new thing that help humans practice,
just a reminder that we needed.
Or just, being aware.
It's kind of silly that we needed the reminder, but it was this is kind of the extent that it had to go to be like, hey guys, the normal things we're doing every day, just, be a little bit more precautious when you're doing them.
Absolutely.
Take a couple more seconds to actually think about those decisions. It might be something simple, but, washing your hands after you touch something.
Yeah, dude.
Who knows what you just touched? So yeah, but we forgot about it.
Completely different subject, but I've been wanting to talk to you about it. I kind of wanted to let you do your thing for a while with it, but what's it like, dude? What's it like being a dad?
Oh, dude.
I gotta know. Tell me a little bit.
So yeah, Nova just turned 3 months actually last Monday, and it's been honestly very surreal, dude. The learning experience. I feel like even though she's not talking to me yet, telepathically she's communing with me. Just even when I'm not with her, she's telling me just in my mind, bro, you gotta keep sharp. I was working hard before, but now I just feel like, it's overdrive.
And you hear people say that. You always hear people say, oh, once your kids get here, it's like everything changed. You work so hard. And it is the truth.
And then really.
But it's words you can't even describe why you start working so hard. It's because I get these fears and stresses of just when she's 10 years old and she's like, Dad, I need a new pair of rollerblades or this or that. I have to go to this camping trip or do this to my friends. I want to be able to be one of those parents that are like, yeah, here's them I can afford. So you can do these things with your friends and pursue this sport or this hobby. And that's one of the things that's scary about being a glassblower because this is such a gambling industry. There's no 401k. There's no retirement unless you build it yourself.
There's no paycheck at the end of the week unless you make it.
We were just talking about before maybe the podcast was started. I'm not sure, but we were talking about how even if you go to the studio and work for 6 hours, that doesn't mean that you're gonna get paid.
Exactly.
You could spend 6 to 8 hours working. That doesn't mean you get paid. Oh yeah, I got ashtray here, bro.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Boom.
perfect. There we go. Thank you.
So yeah, dude. So she turned 3 months. I mean, is there what's like? Are you guys like getting any sleep? Because like when Estelle
Yes,
first got here,
actually.
she didn't sleep, but she was.
So
in a
I don't want to
brace.
like brag or anything, but I mean, nobody has. For the moment, it's being a really good baby, like,
Fuck yeah,
because
dude.
I've been reading, like, books, and I remember my sisters being
Yeah.
young, and like, we're able to get our sleep, dude. We'll get 8 hours easy. Like, Adriana has to wake up to feed her. Is all. She'll have to set an alarm to feed her, but
like
like
every hour and a half or so or whatever.
no,
it is.
now I think it's like a 4-hour mark.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
because
like a
there's
4-hour mark, and now she's
Dude,
drinking a lot more.
my baby-
So it's like it's the time in between. But no, like I think last night, like I didn't even hear them wake up.
Fuck,
Like
dude.
it's like that. She says I get up real quick, do it, then I'm back
Oh,
out.
dude, when
down.
Cassie would have to get up to feed the baby, I had to wake up too and sit up and stay awake and endure it with her. Because we just, everyone does stuff differently.
Yeah, you gotta have a team there.
But Estelle, though, dude, that girl did not sleep. She was in a brace the first 3 months of her life.
I remember
She was in
that,
like
yep.
this full like body brace thing. She had hip dysplasia, so like she couldn't move or anything. So like 3 months like that, she was always uncomfortable, screaming and crying. She had to sleep on my
And
chest
that's
every
what
night.
I know it's probably because of that. That's why she wanted to be with you all the
Yeah.
time. Because Nova loves to sleep in the bed with us, but we can put her in the bassinet as soon as she knocks out. We can place her in the bassinet.
That's
and
nice, dude. Yeah,
she won't wake up till
my
next
kiddo
feeding time.
sleeps on me or the wife. It's but honestly, dude, I like in the beginning I was a little bit like we're never gonna sleep comfortable again for this long or whatever. But it's funny. It's like as you do it longer and longer, you realize you're like, man, this is going by so quick. Like this time where she's like, I'm like waking up in the morning, my baby's right there, I'm cuddling with her, I'm smelling her, like I'm around my kiddo like that, like. This isn't forever.
Yeah.
And but like a year or two ago, I'd be stressed out that like, oh God, this is taking so long. I'm never gonna sleep. Like because you know me, dude. I work till.
You need your sleep when you work.
Yeah. So
I
when I
mean,
finally get to sleep, it's only for 4 hours maybe. And if the baby isn't sleeping, then I don't sleep at all. And I still the next day have to wake up and do the same thing 7 days a week. There's no days off or breaks. So in the beginning there, me and Cassie, our mental psyche, oh my God, we were having a tough time. But we've made it through it. Estelle's a little older now. She's a little bit more manageable.
Nice.
But I don't mind her sleeping in bed anymore. I'm like, you know what? Like, before I know it, she's going to be 10 years old. She's going to be hanging out with her
Right.
friends. She's going to not give a fuck about me. She's going to be like, I want to go do this.
and that's how I try to look at it too. Is like while she's in the, because everyone's always saying, now I really see it, like, oh, it's gonna go by so fast. And literally 3 months, I still remember every moment being in the hospital of when it went down.
Oh, yeah.
But I blinked and now we're 3 months here, and like, so yeah, I do enjoy that she does sleep with us, and when she does get fussy, like, I'm just trying to like immerse myself is what I told myself, because we still have to work
Yeah.
hard, we still have to balance, work, family, and then of course our mental state of
Oh,
being
God,
ourselves.
yeah.
So like, I just figured what I've been trying to practice is just when I'm there, just be fully present in the moment. Like put
That's
the phone
important.
down. Don't play any games at that time. I'll play your games on your time,
Yeah.
but like.
That's what I have to get better
Yeah,
with
it's
is
just
the
like
phone.
just
I'm so
try
bad on my
to immerse.
phone.
I know it's so hard because that's how we run our business,
Yeah.
dude. Like people don't understand. Like that phone now, it's not just like, oh, I'm just out here, messing around. It's the livelihood
Yeah.
of how our business runs. Customer
100%.
service, orders, tons of things. You already know. So it's like,
Yeah, it's my whole. If I didn't have Instagram, I probably would have never moved to Colorado, made it out of New York, and with glass blowing, I probably wouldn't have made it. I probably wouldn't be where I am right now.
I've never sold a piece of glass besides on Instagram.
Fuck yeah.
I've
dude.
done cash shows to the homies, locally, of course,
Yeah.
but all my online transactions
I
have
would
been
say
through Instagram. Yeah, so, like,
99% of mine's been Instagram too. There's not even, back in the day, in the beginning for a little bit, I was going to festivals and stuff and selling shit at festivals out of like a gun case, the gun case you buy and film with
hit
spoons
a lot,
and shit.
do it at old school.
Yeah, I did that for like a summer, but then after that summer, once that October 2013 hit, I did Champs Trade Show, dude.
I remember, dude. That's where I met you.
Is that with the 13 or 14?
It was your first Traps trade show here in Denver.
Oh, so was it 13?
Yep. I pulled up to the table. You were already fully sold out. I was like, really, of course. But we got to chat for a little bit, and then that's kind of where it began, dude. It's pretty crazy because that was literally your first show. You had told me.
That's so crazy, dude.
You had moved out, right?
Yeah,
Because of all that.
2014.
Yep.
Yeah, I moved out, and then. Yeah, dude. I remember in 2015, I moved down here to the Springs, and it was like you and Blake were like the first people to kind of like hit me up and like oh, dude, let's kick it. Like I heard you moved down to the Springs, like. Yeah, you guys were so welcoming.
I just got on the torch. I believe me, Blake, and Kyle. We had that little spot.
Yeah,
just
like
not
a little
too far.
shed. It
Yeah,
was like a
literally
little
like a little
shed.
12 by 12 show. We had 4 dudes in there because my buddy Campbell was in there too.
I was so shocked. I was like, "There's 4 dudes in there blowing
It was
glass?"
just like a wild show. But I remember you had just gotten in the area, and Blake had come by, and you guys had swung by, and dude, that's like when we were able to reconnect. And then, that's when I was able to start coming over and see really like the true machine behind. They did do like Evan, like because I've always followed you for so long, and I've collected your art, and it was just like. Bro, when I really got to see you work, it was just like, wow. Because at that point, like, I was like at really fresh in my glass blowing when we had first met, and I was just like, I had that drive, but like you really was like, it gave me like this super sane feeling, dude, where it's like, I gotta really push myself. Like,
thank you, dude.
Evan's out here fucking hustling, dude.
Honestly, dude, for me, it's like, I feel like it's like I just didn't know what else to do with myself. It's kind of like that thing, like people say, like, idle hands. It's like I just wanted to keep busy, keep moving, because I don't know, man. Like, we all, like, you know, we all have our mental things we deal with and go through and stuff. And I think for me, if I stay busy, it helps me not get so hung up in the things I have no control over.
Exactly.
I feel like, you know, sometimes if I'm just sitting inside getting stoned or something, I can take a situation that's not even a big deal and overthink it, or like something I said to someone or how someone replied to me, and I'm like, I overthink it. I'm like, what did it mean, this or that? And
when it really, you know, you're taking it over.
Yeah,
what it could have
and
been.
then the next day what I've been doing lately, dude, is the next, like that night, I'm freaking out, having an anxiety thing happening, and I just tell myself, I'm like, dude, when you wake up tomorrow, you're gonna feel fine. It'll be a new day, because that's the truth. It's like the next day when I wake up, like all the pains I was feeling, all the stresses I was feeling, like I start new and it's like fresh, and like I see my daughter and she wakes up and it's just, you know,
and that's how it really is, dude. I mean, it's a silly saying, but like each day truly is a blessing, because like, you think about it, you have just a new, fresh set of opportunities.
For
sure. Yeah, the stresses from yesterday, the bull crap, all the things you're dealing with, they're there. You know they're there.
Yeah.
But now you have a fresh new opportunity, a whole new day to, you know, get ahead, to right those wrongs.
Definitely.
And to also make, you know, better yourself.
And try your best again. It's like it's like restarting, you know? It's like you can't get hung up too much in the past as much as you can't predict the future. You just got to, you know, stay within the present, just like we were talking about before the podcast or whatever. But yeah, dude, I'm really happy to hear that the baby's sleeping good for you guys and that you guys are doing good. Like, I was just, I was so excited when you told me you were going to have a baby, and you know, I was just praying. I was like, I hope that baby's a good baby so Vince can keep crushing and doing his thing, because it's tough, man. Like, a lot of people listening, there's people listening that have kids, that have families, that there's people that want to blow glass, that want to pursue an art, that want to pursue their dream, but they're literally can't, because they're sacrificing it for their children. They're like, you know what? I need to work this job. Even though I hate this job, I need to keep doing it so my kids have a livelihood. Like, me and you were lucky that we can keep pursuing our art and be parents.
Yeah, dude, like, so the feeling of like the admiration of my mom now is just like, this woman was a, you know, single parent with 4 kids, and it's like she hustled. That's all she did was for us. Like, and like you said, she put whatever she may have loved, whatever her desires were, on pause just for like, so to, like you're saying, to be in a situation where you can, you know, do what you love. And you know, I literally owe everything to Adriana, though. Like, she is my rock, dude. Like, I could not figure out how else I could have someone as strong as Adriana is. Like, she literally supports, you know, this glass blowing thing, you know, from day one. She saw me blowing glass in a little shed, just doing, not knowing what the hell I'm doing, to like, you know, 5 years of, I'd like to say, like, pretty successful business. You know,
dude, if you're still in business after 5 years, if you're still selling glass, if you still have people that comment and like your stuff every day, then you're doing it, dude.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You're doing it.
I'm not here trying to make millions of dollars. I know that's a goal we would love to attain.
Yeah,
but
like we would love
to.
But dude, let me tell you. I'll tell you something right now from someone that does like scale and big orders. To make millions of dollars in glass blowing, it would require because it just requires so much material and overhead for stuff. Yeah. And like, to make millions, you would literally need a bunch of people working for you, unless you were charging like hundreds of thousands of dollars per piece. Exactly. Which is not realistic. Like, once you start hitting numbers like 10K, 20K, 30K for a piece of glass, your market just shrinks. There's like about 10 people that are going to buy that right now. But honestly, in the future, like how I feel about this, guys, is that down the road is like, you see more like wealthy and famous people that are like buying glass, and then they compete with their friends, like who has the hottest piece here and there. Then, you know, there might be, you know, different paths where like wealthy people and like stuff want to buy pieces that are 30, 40K, 100K. But honestly, my thing isn't that. That's not my goal. My goal is to get as many people possible experiencing my function. Dude, because I put so much time and energy into like function and refining it. And like, I smoke and I do these podcasts and we talk about tons of function. Like, it's like my whole, that's what excites me. Like, for you, I feel like it's a mix. Like, when you, like, the things that like keep you up at night about glass, or the things that get you excited to get on that torch, is like a blend of function and art, like, drawing.
Artistry. Yeah, like, I want it to function for sure. You want to have a quality vessel, but like, like, I'm just trying to find things that are just like, not from here.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. Just trying to find my path. And 5 years in, and I feel like it's a very hard thing, dude. Like,
5 years already,
like,
man.
dude, we talk about like this whole art thing, you know, like we always say, like, we're builders. I feel like I can build the piece now. I'm an architect. I know how to design things and put it together, but like, I'm still truly trying to understand what it means to like be an artist and encapsulate that. Like it's a really crazy, tripped out, freaking experience. And like
this is
how I look at it is, you know, like you were saying, like my goal is like how you were saying, function, and to get that across to everyone. It's the same goal with me. You know, now today I believe there's got to be at least 1 million glass blowers. Easily in the world. Like, and at that point, you know, when someone hits me up, you know, directly. At that point, I feel like the compliment, you know, they've done me the best compliment.
Just them reaching out with interest.
Because wait, you had a million other options. I mean, I love my art, and I still have so much where to go. But dude, there's amazing art out there. You know what I'm saying? Like there are artists out there that are destroying the game. And you telling me you really chose me at that point? Like I'm here to work with you. So yeah, like being able to work with anyone and get art to everyone that's truly my passion. Is that if you can share an experience with me, then man, like. We're doing something pretty cool.
Exactly. And I'm in the same boat as you there. And one of the things that I'm having an issue with as business has gotten a little bit crazy is that I'm having a hard time. Like, you know, the customers that just reach out, maybe they're not going to buy anything. They just want to know how much something is so they can see if it's within, if it's in their price range or something they could actually afford someday. Because nowadays it's a glass industry. The prices jump all the way from $10 to $100,000. So like customers don't know. And us glass blowers can see like the value and the intricacies of certain pieces, but certain customers don't see. They're like, why is that one 1,000 and this one's 10,000? Like, I don't understand. So my thing is just people reaching out is the greatest compliment. I agree to you.
Literally.
And one of my biggest problems is I can't even DM those people back.
I know, like
I literally have hundreds of people reach out that just like, hey, how much is this? Or just saying something nice. I have people reach out, just say something nice to me.
You can't even see the messages.
I can't even, and that's probably one of the weakest parts of my business right now is that I'm not able to just say thank you or get back to everyone. But then I sometimes listen to podcasts with people that have these huge businesses that used to just run it out of their garage and talk to every customer. And they're like, yeah, at a certain point, things grow so much that in order for you to do your best work and get your products to the masses, like you can't be talking to every single person.
Customer service, you know, that's I mean, customer service is always going to be there, but that really fine tune, you know, intimate, like being able to take the time to really, you know, say thank you to someone, like, and just, you know, catch up with them, even if it's just a quick inquiry. Yeah, like that is going to get.
But in my mind, because I
imagine,
because I didn't grow up with like a bunch of money. Like I had a good life. My parents they always took care of me, but we like weren't like rich people or anything. And like, so from my perspective, when I'm not getting back to people, I feel like I'm insulting them.
Right,
you know what
exactly.
I mean?
And
like,
I feel literally the same way.
Even like this, like I have people that leave like a super nice comment. They'll be like a paragraph long, or they'll answer like, say a customer's like, why is this function like this? And I have another customer answer for me. I wish to all these people, I could just be like, dude, thank you for taking the time to write that whole thing for that person. Explain, like, I just want people to know, guys, I see a lot of this stuff and appreciate it, but I have a hard time getting back to everything and just.
I can imagine. I have a very hard time, and you know, my customer base I got a pretty nice one, but dude, like, I believe fucking the RBR is one of the hottest items that have ever hit the glass market ever, dude.
Oh wow!
And I can only imagine
that,
the supply and demand trying to keep up with that, dude. So I congratulate you and Cassie for literally making such a immaculate business as it is. Like you're still growing, still,
yeah.
Dude, but you've had it so refined, because dude, like I said, I've been collecting glass. Little over 10 years. I had a head shop for 5 years here in the Springs with my best friend. And
I'd love to hear more about that.
I purchased so much glass over my life, but dude, I've never seen art fly the way these RBRs fly, brother.
And you
have a product that's just, you know, quality,
dude.
And the price point is just right there.
I think one of the things with the RBR though is that it's not so much a game changer when it comes to shaping or anything like that. What it is, I really think, dude, is like. That I've shared this whole journey with the internet, and a lot of people have watched me grow. They've seen these pieces progress from like what they were into what they are now. So I think it's just all the time and energy I've put into just like showing people, because like the RBR is a really great functional piece, but do you know how many amazing recyclers there are out there? So many guys out there make a killer recycler. They function crazy, including my friend Vince right here.
I see a new one every day, and that's like the hardest thing is, as an artist, how do you say you're an artist when it's so hard to like, oh man, my thing kind of looks like his, and it's just like, you know, that balance of just like, kind of putting a mental note like, hey, it's okay if mine kind of looks like that, guys. I'm still working on mine. Eventually, when I took my first class a couple years ago, me and Kyle went down to Bomb Diggity, and Eugene had us down there. And one of the things that resonated with me with the most is he says, you know, it's like, it's okay, dude. Like the whole biting thing, don't get caught up on that stuff. You know, like if you think about it, back in the day, there was only so many pipe styles. And everyone just made the same thing, because like that's what it was. It's a wave, it's a style, it's a fashion, almost like fashion, where it's like a trend, and all it is for you to, you know, you see the item, maybe the first one you make, change it up 10%, and then the next time you make it, change it up another 10%, and by the time you get down to, you know, down the line, you're gonna have yourself. I promise you. He said something that's one of a kind.
For sure.
And he says it
100%.
just takes refinement and so much practice.
We all build off each other. Like that's kind of how it works. Like I wasn't the first person to make a doer bubbler. I wasn't the first person to make a recycler. And honestly, I bet you could go back into 2010 or 11 and find a recycler. It might not look exactly the same, but it's the same mechanics.
Right,
it's like just this overflow. Whereas like this recycler, it's pumping up through a condensed line. That would say it was more of a traditional style recycler, whereas this is weird. Like on paper, people would be like, "Well, that doesn't, the drain's supposed to be way high up, so
like, why is it level with
everything?"
Just,
yeah. So but it also the RBR hits kind of those aesthetics of like a traditional like scientific bubbler, that you would get back in the day.
Yeah, like a nice little Toro bubble.
But yeah, dude, with biting and stuff, like I don't like with people remaking RBRs, like that's why I don't get mad at that shit because, excuse me, this is a very simple design. Why wouldn't someone else remake it?
It's a good design. It's a quality design.
And I've built up a demand for it. So if I can't meet the demand, someone else is going to come in with a similar product and sell it to the people that want to buy RBRs. That's fine. What I don't like though is when people call it an RBR.
Right.
Because it's not the refined belt recycler. I didn't make that, and they didn't refine anything. They just remake. They started it where I've gotten it to, and they're like, okay, so like. I'm fine with people making them. Just call it something else. Call it your own thing.
Figure out a name for it.
Like
it takes a couple seconds to make
make your own name.
And make a cool name for it.
Yeah, make a
come
cool
on.
name. Like you've already spent all this time building it. Make your own name too.
I get like maybe the first one's like, oh, this one's heavily inspired by the RBR.
Because there's a bunch of dudes that are making badass doer style recyclers like this right now, and they're fucking sick. And and I love it. And these dudes tag me and like. I love the work they're doing, and that's where it's cool. It's just when you have some people that are like selling it and they're trying to take advantage of people. When I see someone call it an RBR and I didn't make it, I'm like, well, you're trying to tell someone that this is my product.
So you're using the marketing.
So to me, like someone can't be like, oh, you don't own the RBR design. No, but what I'm saying is you're taking advantage of customers. So right out the gate, you're already trying to trick someone. So to me, that's shady. Yeah, so I don't care if people make the exact same product. It's like just make it your own though. Like call it something else. That way customers aren't confused. Even if it looks exactly the same, they're like, well, it's an RBR. That's fine. You as the person creating it and selling it though didn't tell them that.
Yeah, you didn't tell them.
Let them make their own assumptions. People will call it an RBR even if you don't. But as the person selling it and posting it, just call it your own thing. That's my only thing, just so people aren't confused. Because you wouldn't believe how many emails I get.
Oh, is this an RBR?
Yeah, and I'm like,
is it a good product?
I'm like, I didn't make that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I didn't make that. And that's the thing we run into.
No, that's just a big issue because at that point, they're discrediting the hard work that you've kind of put into it because you've really marketed it. Like I said, the demand and the supply that you've created for this is in its own thing, its own story.
That's where Cassie kind of gets mad is because she's what she sees is she sees all these like late nights. She sees all the vacations we've never taken, all the things we've never done to our house, all the things I haven't finished around the house because all I do is work 24/7, and she's on board too. She believes in the dream. That's why this company has been built up by Cassandra, just because she does all like this, like she gets all the things moving that I don't know how to do. I don't know how to like keep all the material stock, keep all the bills paid, keep all the shops happy. She does all the invoices, wholesale orders. She's doing all the clothing, apparel, everything. It's just. Could you because I know you do this by yourself, right?
No, I mean, Adriana helps me with what she can. Like she's always helping with shipping, but she has her own. Yeah, she has her own.
And she's and
now with the baby, so I try to help her now as much as possible.
So like you're the customer service guy, right?
But dude,
are you the shipping guy?
I do absolutely everything.
You do everything.
Adriana helps me with all my shipping though, and it's gotten down. We got that new packing shipping from home where we can just get everything
that's so hard,
out.
Bro.
So that right there has cut out so much time where I can actually now, blow glass more, spend time with her and the baby, like. So, but just being, like you said, the supportive backbone is like the biggest thing to know that I can rage here because I got, I got my strength,
100%.
I got my hearth back at home that's taking care of business too. Like,
well, dude, props to you,
man. It's a team effort, and our ladies, they take care of us, dude.
Definitely, dude. But props to you though, because doing all that, dude, all that time you spend shipping, all the time you spend DMing people, that's time.
Hours.
That's time you could be making more stuff like this to take care of Nova and your lady. You know what I mean? So like. You doing that for the customers and doing all that extra work, and then you give people great prices on good, like on your glass and everything. Like this is, like I hope people understand like how hard you work.
I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? I hope they understand how hard you work because you work your ass off.
Yeah.
I work my ass off too, guys. But I would say a lot of glass blowers out there, that's what we have to do. And I'm just one of the assholes that posts way too much on Instagram. So I'm showing it all. But most of these guys are killing themselves to just ship everything, talk to everyone, make the glass. Like I'm not the only one.
No, what I enjoy too is that you always even put up the bull crap because like you should like it just doesn't even phase you now. Like the breaking pieces, like so many artists still like don't put stuff that up because it really still fucks with them so hard. And it's
dude,
like and it shows in their hearts. Like man, like I can't just be posting up because it really gives you like a demoralizing. But what you do to see that you post up anything like whatever, just the content,
dude,
like
it's liberating.
it shows that you literally are just. You've got this drive, dude. That's like it's truly inspiring, bro. It really is. Like,
but it's
I've worked hard the last 5 years, but like, there's always a saying on Trailer Park Boys that like where Julian says to Ricky, he's like, "Oh, I know you may be working hard, you may be doing your best, but it's not that good. It's just not that good, Ricky."
Yeah.
And it's just simple because you could be working harder. So
that's hilarious.
So it's not like a mean way or anything. It's just a way to look at it.
That's the truth, though.
Yeah.
Even your best sometimes isn't enough, but then you have to keep pushing forward and knowing that hey, I maybe have to do my best for a few years before something really catches. It's a brutal industry, and being an artist is a tough thing.
Dude.
Myself, I'm doing like a lot of like, obviously the RBR, I'm doing like, it's like more production, but it's all handmade. So that's the one weird thing about my glass. Like we have the lathes, but I'm not good enough at it yet, dude.
Bro, that's going to take forever to practice.
Yeah, like I've made some stuff and it came out good, but I'm like, you know what? That could be a little bit cleaner if I did it handmade still.
Right.
So,
So anytime I get any type of new tech or new tool, like it takes me forever to refine it to where it's like, okay, now I can actually introduce that to the to my platform where it's available. Because there's so much tech I'm working on, but I can't offer it just yet because I feel like, I still don't even know how it really works. Like I can imagine working a lathe, dude. That's like, because this is how we work, is with our hands, and now like, whoa, that's like a whole new ball game.
I have so many pieces I want to put out and stuff I want to do though, but I'm just trying to fill the orders that like Cassie has booked, and it's like people are like, when's this next new thing coming out? I'm like, I gotta get this thing, and like I have all this equipment I'm buying for other projects that are more like sculpting, like art stuff. That like I have things I want to do that like is so different than this, but it's like I can't really pursue it right now because I have to stay committed to what I'm trying to build with Bear Mountain. And at the end of the day, I look at all that. I'm like, dude, you're only at year 7. Mike Luna's been doing this since 1999.
Really? Dang, 99.
99.
Wow.
I'm like, dude, I was 9 years old then. I was like, I need to be less hard on myself and know that I'm giving 110%, and patience is a virtue. I need to just take my time and know that you can't rush a lot of this stuff. Like there will be time to make the art I want to make. There will be time to pursue the new designs, but it can't all happen at once. Right, and I also need time to be a dad too, so I can't do everything.
If one thing glass art has literally shown me, it's patience, dude.
Bro, I feel like a monk at this point with like everything, with having a baby and like all the sleep deprivation and just the constant crushing and all the ups and downs, like every day, like some crazy bill we didn't expect just because of all the things we have going on.
Just coming in,
it's just so much money just going out for no reason that I didn't expect, and I'm like, whatever. I just keep working. That's why I don't even know. Like Cassie runs all our bank accounts and pays for everything. I don't know what's in anything. I don't want to know. I try not to look at the day or what the date is because I don't want to know because I'm terrified. Dude, look at that fucking thing shred, dude. That's your newer design? I know you're in the middle of a dab, but I'm just talking for a minute about this. Dude, that thing's a fucking chopper, dude. And
thank you, brother.
I love how much the Trippy Flippy magnifies too in the base when there's water in there.
That's why I want all clear so that it's just like focal point on the Flippy. Exactly.
And you're saying this is like a newer piece that you're putting out. This is gonna be like like a semi-affordable thing for people, or?
So with since Nova's been here, I've decided as much as I can, I want to stay busy, but I plan on keeping my wholesale accounts going and keeping that's the best way to get the glass. But for the new designs, I'm gonna be doing like sets of like 10 or so directly, and then it's just gonna be everything kind of focusing on wholesale. But so yeah, this is kind of the first idea of a new design that I'm gonna have for the public here. Really
Hell yeah, dude! I'm so stoked you're able to bring that over today, man.
Yeah, a more affordable option is definitely.
I hit you up so last minute, so I'm stoked you actually had something to bring over.
No, I was working on this in the last few days, and I was like, I gotta get this baby in. Like,
yeah.
I need to finish this one in. So I made sure I spent extra few hours the last few days at night to make sure that she got finished up. So
with the OG.
Mike.
Oh shoot. With the.
We just need to make sure. And then real quick, you guys are looking at each other a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, more.
So.
Okay.
I just need you guys to maybe adjust and like hit the corners of your table. If you can scoot over a little bit.
Oh, like this?
And then just kind of
okay.
Since you guys are already.
Oh, since the mics are kind of far to the edge, we kind of have to be like this.
Okay.
Yeah. And then again, make sure you're just talking into your mic.
Perfect.
Look at us guys solving things on the spot. This is like our first guest episode with our new mics and stuff, and
there's gonna be some trial and error. So I appreciate that you had me on here because I feel like it's comfortable. That since we're just homies, like there's gonna be no weird balance. Like what. it's getting weird right now.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it's like,
this is
we're
nice.
We're figuring it out.
But dude, I don't want to have anyone on here that isn't my homie, honestly, dude. Because
for sure.
Because maybe in the future, if this gets bigger and or whatever, but really, I want this to just be like a fun way for me to like share and create memories with friends, and have something for the future, and like some really weird philosophical shit too, dude. Like when my daughter grows up, God forbid if anything ever happened to me, right now I already got like 16 hours clocked of me just talking on camera.
Right.
So, dude, so if something ever happened to me, like
Content right
she has
there.
something to look at, but like that was my dad, like he's talking about some weird shit, he's just getting high, talking about aliens, but that's what it is.
No,
you know
exactly,
what I mean?
dude.
So that's a weird way I went. I'm not even high enough yet to talk about stuff like that.
No, we
but
gotta get
that's
there.
what
We gotta get there.
That's what we do, dude. That's what I do here.
No, but content, it's literally so important. My really good friend Shane, he was explaining to me that
Strains by Shane?
Strains by Shane,
Give
yeah,
him a
exactly.
shout out.
Here on Instagram, if you guys want to check him out, Strains by Shane. He actually runs 77 Extracts out in Oklahoma. He's an awesome friend of mine, kid collector for many years. But he was just, he's been getting to me that, content really is like the new wave, like you're talking about. It's just this new form of just information and just content of just being there. It's just, the new age, I feel like, yes, of course, people still read books, of course, and hopefully, I'm hoping they still do. Hopefully, everyone's still reading books. But for the most part, we have this supercomputer at our hands. That's how people get their information. That's how they get their news. So, like, content is really so important. So when you hit me up about this, dude, I was just like, dude, we got to do this. Even if it might be silly, it might be funny, like, but that's the whole point, dude. Like, eventually it'd be cool. Like, like you said, 20, 30 years from now, you have all this footage that you can just, like, put all together, like, these crazy home videos. Like, it just reminds me of, like, we're Trailer Park Boys and stuff like that, things that I love. So, like, I was so on board about it, and I think you're killing it with these, and especially production. Shout out to Martin, man. He is killing the game, brother.
Well, no, it's
awesome setup.
It's definitely one of those things long term that I feel like every time I do one of these, I'm practicing a new skill. I'm practicing broadcasting or talking. I'm like doing something different. In like late December of last year, it's like, you're probably not gonna believe me, but I was like having some bad anxiety about like, just like, oh, like, am I falling off or this or that? Like I felt stagnant.
Bro.
I felt stagnant, and I was like, what do I do? And I was like, I need to do something, because I had a choice. I was like, do I expand Bear Mountain and make it like bigger and like hire people to work with me and do like a bigger space? And then, or do I like take my money and invest it into something totally different? And yeah, if I would have made a bigger space, and yeah, maybe we could have like made more money, but all that overhead and building that big, that quick kind of scares me. Like I want to expand, but slow. I want to take my time. I want to grow with my industry. And I want to like have all these different products and stuff, but that like, I made a choice. I was like, okay, either I grow as a business with like actual production, or I do something different. Now the podcast, I'm not making any money from it. I put a lot of money into it, but
hours
but it's something that it's like, I'm practicing a new skill and building something different, and I'm able to share so much more with the people that watch this. There's like, I feel like our following is really small right now, but the people that are watching it like give me input, and they tell me what they think, and they really appreciate what we're doing, and I don't know, I'm connecting with other podcasters now and stuff, and I just see long term that the RBR or what I'm making right now might not be relevant in 10 years. It more than likely won't be relevant in 10 years. But if I do a podcast, I build content, and I have people that have followed my whole story, it's not so much about what I'm physically making in 10 years as much as that I'm still just sharing that story.
Yeah,
so
exactly. It's part of the process.
It's like, how do you stay relevant long term? It's like, I feel like you need to build content, and you need to be vulnerable, and you need to share yourself with people.
Like I was saying earlier, like letting them know that you're still a normal dude.
Exactly.
Like you may be a machine. And for me, like you're still a wizard to my eyes, and like that's how people see it. Like, dude, this guy's a machine. But like you're a normal dude, brother. You got feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like couldn't think of a single artist that isn't having like some type of mental thing going on.
Everyone.
It's like,
that's why.
Just the thought of like, how do I, like you said, relevant? How do I continue my dreams?
Yeah, dude.
It's like, whoa.
And that's why I feel like this podcast, that's something I'm going to do. Like, I'm going to let artists like that I'm friends with or buddies with or I'm cool with, like, come on, like, if they're comfortable, because not everyone wants to be in front of camera. You know what I mean, guys? Like everyone watching right now, like, they know like it's hard to even take an Instagram video of your face. You know,
Yeah.
it's just weird. It's tough.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's hard to put ourselves out there because
Yeah.
everyone's always so worried about how they're gonna get judged, which
Yeah.
sucks because that's still a very big stigma
Dude,
that we're
honestly,
dealing with as a
I feel like-
society.
I feel like I hit a point in my life where I just like hit a low, and it was like when I was like 19, and I just stopped caring about all of it. I was just like, fuck it all. Like I don't even care what any. I'm just gonna work so hard. This was pre-glass blowing too. Like I was working really hard like this on other shit that just wasn't working. Like
And you felt like you're at the lowest point. You thought that you got to the point where you got to that realization almost.
I think, dude, what it was is I was like, I dropped out of high school in 10th grade. And then I was like, got a house when I was 17, and Cassie moved in, and she was still going to high school every day, but living with me in my house, and we were just 17-year-olds. And I think I lived like this party fun life for like a couple years. And then when I was like 18, 19, like I was playing a lot of World of Warcraft. I got kind of fatter than I am now. And I think that I just like, I didn't see the magic anymore with like, I wasn't excited about anything. And I don't know.
And that's when you kind of felt like you kind of just let the whole thing, the stigma of the judgment thing, kind of just brush off.
Well, yeah. I basically just like felt like I was like, whatever. Like,
Yeah, for me,
I
I
just
felt like
stopped
it was kind
caring,
of.
and then I focused more on working. Sorry to interrupt you, dude.
You're good.
I'm so stoned.
No,
I'm like
I feel
trying
like-
to think back to that point.
I'm actually gonna take this, so go. Then I'll say I feel like it was almost the opposite for me, where I realized, you let go of that. How it's like you still care, but you actually let go of caring to a certain point. It's because when I was in the highest point in my life, when I figured out like it was with glass blowing that like anything's possible with hard work and love, and that showed me that you can put all the cares aside, how people view you, how you view yourself, and like it's kind of cool that yours is kind of the opposite. You started on
honestly
on the
no,
opposite
dude. It
end.
wasn't. It was like when I was 18, 19. Then like when I moved to New York City and started smoking weed, that's when everything changed. Because I was in a little farm town in upstate New York, so that's when I was just like life's like I was working landscaping and just shitty labor jobs and stuff. I was a dishwasher and I was just working shitty jobs. I was in a shitty small town, and I just was like, okay, I guess this is life. And like my girlfriend Cassandra, she was my girlfriend at the time. We've been together since we were 15. She was like, she graduated high school. She got accepted into like a prestigious makeup school in New York City. Like she was on her route to be a very successful person, and I was like a ball and chain, like dragging along. She straight up told me, she's like, I'm moving to New York City. She's like, you can come with me or you can stay here.
Damn,
and I was like,
just like, let's go,
dude. I told my guild in World of Warcraft, I was like, guys, I'm moving to New York City. I'm quitting WoW. I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna start skateboarding again. And then that was, I had a low, and then I had to change everything because I wanted to be with her. And I moved to New York City, and my whole life changed there.
So it's like a shift almost. It's like you kind of experienced a little, but it really kind of powers you to get.
Oh
really,
yeah, dude. I was like in a low place for like 6 months. It wasn't a big deal. It was normal teenage
Yeah, exactly.
shit, man.
Just exactly.
Normal
when
teenage
we're at that
shit.
age, we're literally just exactly. what I
Yeah,
mean.
like you're just growing up. You're like, oh, I'm not a kid anymore.
You don't have a figure on anything.
I feel like every normal person goes through those little dips. We're like, well, I'm not a kid anymore, or this or that, or I got to work now, or whatever. Whatever.
Hit a certain point,
Just
you just wake
realism.
up and you're like,
Yeah.
I have bills. I have a life now. It's
For
just
sure.
it's not fun and games anymore. So yeah, like everyone definitely goes through that dip. I feel like.
Dude, can I try this fucking?
Or let's say let's switch off. Yeah,
Sweet,
I've
dude.
actually never hit one of those Evan Shore bangers.
Oh, word.
How do those babies rip?
I guess to check the water level on this. This is a fresh RBR. I just pulled out of the kiln. I think the water level's a little bit high. A little bit high. I'm just gonna dump it out real quick.
By the way, what was this one right here? The one that's a little bit more sappier? Because I just took a dab of that, and wow, terps, dude.
Terps? Tell me about the terps,
Bro, just like as soon as it hit my tongue, I had like this just wave. Just literally just like, I felt like I was back on South Beach.
dude. That was Tropicana cookies and Wi-Fi mixed. Oh man. And then the other one, like this
That is
flow, you need to
delicious.
try this flow next.
All
That
right,
is like
that's what's up
ignorant.
on the agenda.
It's terpy.
We'll switch out rigs, and yeah.
Oh, this cap fits it pretty
Yeah,
good.
they do a very quality job here. This was Mystic
Melts, yeah.
Mystic Melts. Yeah, guys. Great job.
All right, that water level feels better. Try that
Excellent.
out. Oh, it's
So
really
just
funny.
Blaze this for like how long?
I don't know, man. I cold start on it, so
you
it's
just cold start. Let's do
yeah.
that
So
then.
it's up to you. I don't even remember.
I've been taking. I actually in October when I found out that Nova was going to be here, took a huge hash break, and it wasn't until 420 when Kyle came down and we had our little 420 rage session that I started smoking hash again. So I kind of like forgot how to take.
Dude,
dabs.
I took a year and a half hash break.
Dude,
When I started this podcast, I started like really dabbing again. Cause I took a long break when the baby got here. I just was mainly smoking flower, just cause I couldn't Straight up, I couldn't be this stoned
No, yeah.
with all the responsibilities
Right,
I had.
exactly. And then just it costs
Like-
a crap
like-
ton of money too. Hash is so damn expensive
Dude,
today.
it was all that. It was the money. I couldn't be that stoned. I had it like, so I'd basically smoke a little flower in the morning, a little flower at night, trying to keep it semi-responsible. But now the baby's like going to like school, and like this is like something we schedule early, and it's like for work. So,
Right, still work related. Exactly.
dude, we've already been crushing for almost 45 minutes, dude.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's pretty sweet, dude.
dude. It's just easy with
I
you,
know,
bro.
it's just chilling.
That's why I already
exactly.
told guys. I told Vincent at the beginning of this. I was like, dude, like this is not just like a one-time thing. I was like, this podcast, like you can come hang out whenever. Like I'm gonna get more mics. I'm gonna get a bigger table. This is gonna turn into like, if we get to see, that water level's still a little high, but
I hit rigs way too hard.
no, but we'll get that set. That's a fresh one. I just threw her in this morning. I didn't even test her first. That's okay though. He looked thirsty anyways.
I needed it after that.
Yeah,
Dab.
dude. Was that flow?
Bro, it's hitting
Dude,
hard.
that flow it's ignorant.
I think I might need like a little sweat nap.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
dude, that
Dang.
flow, it's vicious.
Wow.
It's that real like Colorado flow, like that shit you used to smoke back in like 2013 and 14.
I'm not used to hitting these because I only have this guy.
Yeah, dude. Well,
That's
that
why.
honestly, the water level's just got to be
This
set
guy,
on it.
takes like no water. And
Yeah.
I can like hit it as hard as needed. So I'm just so used to this little dude.
Yeah, dude. But
But I love that just this. Like that's what I like in a rig is having a lot of water.
Dude.
I myself am more of a table piece kind of guy.
yeah,
I like a piece you can set on the table. You're like, having a piece in your hand is great, but I like, this is the perfect setting for when I like to set. You just sitting down, putting your worries at
Bro.
pause, because we have stress, we have bills. But if I always like to say it in the morning when I go live is we have to get our mind right. However you like to do it, whether it's session or whatever, but before you get into your day's task, because you have to do them regardless. You have these things you have to get to. How about you take 5-10 minutes to where you press pause and you just zoom in on you.
hell yeah,
Just
dude.
do you, whatever it means. And I promise it might sound wookie, it might sound, hippie, but it's just going to make the vibes feel a lot better.
Dude, no,
throughout the
that's
day.
actually a very like I feel like I don't know. That's a natural healthy thing. Some people meditate for 10 minutes. Some
What-
people,
yeah.
you know,
Read a book, go for a
some
walk
people
with your
like
dog.
take a tinker and a stinker. You poop and play on your phone
Damn,
for
I
10
like
minutes.
that. Tinker and a sinker. I
You
never heard
tinker-
that term before.
You tinker on your phone while you're taking a stinker, on the toilet. There's all different ways people find that, but because I think that's a natural human thing, though.
You have to do it, and people don't remember to because they get caught up in feeling guilty. It's like, oh wait, I'm taking this 5-10 minutes for me, but my kids, my older parents are thinking that they're taking away
Yeah.
from them, which you're not. You're still gonna be there for them. You're still gonna put that love that you do every day, but you have to remember, if you want to helping other people, especially that when you try to help others, especially the people you love, if they're they're reaching their hand down, you got to stick out to reach from it. If you're not capable yourself at the time, what's gonna happen? You're just gonna get dragged down with them. And
Yep.
so you have to remember it's
You gotta
a,
take care of
it's a
yourself, too.
balance of selflessness and selfishness where you
Man,
have
that's
to
that's where I got to work, bro. I have not been taking care of myself. Mark, would you hand me
you
open this
got to,
case
brother,
real
'cause
quick?
especially just
A 10 millimeter micro on that top shelf. Any of the ones on the right hand side right there, they're the shorter ones. Yeah, just one of them.
so yeah, like he can just like edit things out, right?
No, we don't edit shit,
Oh, you
bro.
don't edit nothing?
No, we leave
So this is just
in.
100% live,
Dude, we
Okay.
just make
I
it.
like okay. I didn't know if you like edit because I was like,
Dude,
there was
no,
one point where earlier I was like I was hitting the torch and I kept messing up. He's like that guy looks like he's high and he hasn't even taken a dab yet.
Oh, dude, yeah. Oh, 100%. That's
Okay,
what this podcast
I like
is.
it then. That's all gonna be in there. I love it then.
Dude,
Perfect.
There's some episodes I've made where like after I make them, I'm like, Mark was like, you got really high, and I was like, yeah, I don't know what happened, dude, because I do episodes where I sit here like for an hour by myself.
Bro, I've
just
seen
talking.
I've watched all of them, dude. That's what I watch. Like when they come up, I watch that as I start my day on glass blowing, dude. I'm
Oh,
like,
well, dude, thank you,
bro.
bro.
Like, yeah, like it's just like I'm at the studio with you when I'm normally chilling. Like
Yeah,
it's
we
just
don't edit
vibes.
anything, so that's
Okay,
it.
that makes
Just
more
straight
sense
through.
than
I just
okay.
talk. I
Well,
don't
then
even-
that's funny that because yeah, earlier I just hitting me now. I was like, man, I felt like I was being really silly earlier with the torch. I couldn't get it to work. But yeah, the
Whoa, just
terps
about
are
the
hitting me
mic.
now. Damn, these are the little micro 10s.
Yeah, I'm trying to I want you to try one of these
Yes,
after. I'm gonna take a dab on yours first, and then you can take this time.
Pretty stoked you liked it, dude. Yeah, because it's a new little idea. I made a similar design a couple years ago, which I called the double Sunday recycler. So this one's called the single Sunday. But yeah, I thought it was just a cool way, to offer still my one of a kind flippies, because that's what I really where I'm going for with my art is to have these just like motives and patterns that you just don't see anywhere on the earth. So that's kind of
For
where
sure.
I'm going. Then offered in a nice vessel that you can get some cool function with. So
Oh,
yeah, it's
no,
kind of the
dude.
goal with these. So I'm glad that you like it, dude, because I love your
I'm
work, bro.
I'm
Like,
stoked you brought it. All right, sweet. What cap should I use on this, man?
oh, that's the thing. I don't have a cap. That's
You don't
how
cap?
stony I was that I didn't bring one.
Oh, that's cool. We don't
Well,
even.
actually, I do. It's just in my backpack. If
Well, I got these jars too. I
Is
can
it
just
a
fucking jar it up.
You see my
dude.
backpack over there, bud? No, it's right here, actually, next to me. You wanna take it off?
Would you look at that?
I am
All right,
freaking
let me-
ripped, guys. I haven't even taken a bong rip
Dude,
yet.
me too. That
Here you
first
go.
dab I took.
That's my buddy Blue Glass up in Denver.
Oh,
That's,
I love Bob.
Yeah, Bob,
He's the nicest guy.
BLEW up on Instagram, Blue Glass. Yeah, he kills the game. I got that little. I think
Vince,
it's.
I'm not even
Voodoo.
gonna. Dude, does this? Should I Q-tip there? Should I just?
Oh yeah,
fucking
you can Q-tip.
Slap it in, dude.
Well, I forget the Q-tip, so my bad. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, dude. I do it all the time. Everyone in live's always like, Q-tip your nail. Like, I
No, yeah,
forgot.
because I just have a torch. I just have like a shot banger at the studio.
Oh,
And
we
I
just-
just hit that with the hand torch. So.
Oh, bro.
You know. like,
I tried not to
I
have
don't
any
ever
shot
shoot-
bangers out today because
Nice.
mine are so chaz.
I
They're
feel you.
so rocked.
Bro, the hand torch just murks it. I feel.
I
you.
put it right in the fucking Delta Mag flame.
Oh
like,
my lord, that thing.
Like both flames.
That just
like
melts it
big,
then.
Just huge flame. It just an instant though. It's instantly hot.
I don't wanna get
Instant
a
dabs. It's so you just keep moving top speed. You know, I had too much coffee this morning, Vince, but I was just so excited you were coming over.
Bro,
I haven't like
woke
hung
up at
out with
like
anyone.
6 in the morning because we were doing this stuff. Babe, I was gonna like text you good morning. Then I was like, wait, I shouldn't bother him this morning. Like, what am I doing? I was just so stoked
Dude,
too.
we're up pretty
I was
early.
like getting everything done. I was like, I got all the glass I want to bring over. Like, I was just so stoked. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be so much fun, dude. Because it's just been literally forever since I've been able just to come hang out, dude. Because
I know you and Kyle
Yeah.
were like
I
trying
know
to
we
hang
were
out a
trying to
little
hang out
bit.
for 420, but you know, it just made sense, you know, with
My
everything
wife
going
was
on.
still on that quarantine grind.
Yeah, and same thing with Adrian. She hasn't left the house. Yeah.
Let's see, I'm
So
gonna
it's just
preheat
like,
this a
so I
little
understand. We definitely want to do what we can, but now, you
Yeah.
know, things are starting to open back up in the city and stuff. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with homies getting together, keeping it still chill.
Definitely. Well, I don't
Yeah.
go out and do anything, dude. I'm still just home, so I'm like pretty much, you know, limited
Right.
contact with people.
So this is really, that's what I'm saying. This hasn't really changed much for us. Like, we don't
Yeah.
go anywhere. Studio and home. That's where I'm at. Either I'm at the studio or I'm at the house. Got Amazon pantry, so, you know, I don't really go out too much. Only thing I do miss is just supporting all my fire local restaurants. Like, that's literally it. Like, but you can do takeout, so it's been pretty nice. But I do like my unlimited cream soda.
Little rumbler, dude.
Right, so I got a little 4-hole little chopper in that one. Try something different.
Oof. That fucking Tropicana cookies mix is so tangerine terps. It's crazy.
That's what that was that I had taken a dab of Tropicana cookies?
Well, that last one you did was the flow.
That was the flow. Okay, that's
that
what I
one's
thought.
super like aggressive, but the Tropicana cookies is just like it's like HP 13. It's just like dessert. Remember HP 13? You remember when I used to grow
Yes,
that?
bro, trust me, I do.
Do you remember the weeds when I used to grow the weeds?
I remember being able to get all the fire terps I needed. They were so
Yeah.
bomb.
Now I'm a dad. Just
Yep, dad life.
Dadding it up. Just being safe. Following all the laws.
Right.
Stretching on camera. Oh, feeling good. Wow. Dude, that function's great, man.
Thank you, brother.
I'm excited. Like, so like what would like a setup like this, like just roughly, like what would it cost?
Retail value, you'd get your color accents that you see on the mouthpiece and the joint. I didn't include the opals on this one. I kind of got a little stony and forgot, but it's going to get an opal
Happens
under
to
like the
all of
little
us.
banger hanger. And then an opal bridge on the return drain. And those run with $500 like retailing, like a Pelican with like a
Dude.
full merch pack. You know, I really try to offer, you know, the most that I can with.
Can't beat that.
Because, yeah, like it goes back to that thing where, you know, someone hit me up like, you know, I'm gonna work with you, and you know, I have set prices for sure, and I feel like all artists should definitely have set prices. But one thing I always love to do is, you know, work with people's budgets still too. You know, like, and that's where the kind of the idea came from was, you know, I've done a lot of different recyclers over the years, and some of them have definitely been up there on the budget. So I've had people like, dude, can you start making, you know, like, you know, this much, and like, so I just kept on hearing the interest, and then, you know, finally was able to get a chance to get something physically down, and I'm stoked that you're stoked about
yeah,
it, so
man.
because I was really digging it, so I can't wait to see what everyone else.
Dude,
might
I'm just
think
like
about it.
stoked for my friends, man. I just want to see people do good. I'm stoked when I see people's work. Like I see like a physical representation of your time. Like, you know, I see all the energy you put in, dude. You have the killer prices for people. It's all handmade work. It's awesome. I am so stoned, bro. It's wonderful. It's
Right.
ridiculous though.
So what color is this? Raindrop?
Let's see here.
Looks like raindrop. little raindrop 10 mil.
I think that's ultramarine.
Ultramarine, is that glass alchemy?
Or it's Lost City. No, it's Lost City. That's Lost City.
That's nice.
Lost City kind of looks like meta when it's in bigger
Yeah, I was
sections.
to say, it almost has like a haze in it.
It is. When it's big sections, dude, it looks like meta. All right, that looks like the right water level for you. I tried to run it a little lower. I run my water level a little higher because I got baby lungs.
Yeah, I still, for some reason, got dragon lungs.
Yeah, you're
Powerful.
powerful.
I haven't lost my lung power just yet. Yep.
What are you? Are you 28 now?
Yeah, just turned
Damn,
28
dude.
back in January.
Damn. Crazy.
We're getting up there.
God, I've known you for a long time, man.
Bro, it's crazy. Yeah, it's like it's a
That's
good portion of our lives that we actually know each other.
like a
It's pretty wild,
percentage.
yeah.
Like I think I've known you for maybe like about like 18% of my life.
Can you pass me the torch, bud?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Wow,
First
these
time
terps are fire. Mystic melts. Holy shit. Do you want a dab of any more Mystic melts?
I have actually some that I didn't take the whole dab. 'Cause I haven't
Okay.
been taking too big of dabs recently, so I overdid it on the scoop, so I still have plenty over here. I'm just gonna do like a half a cold start here. Just like semi get it hot.
The semi-cold start. Yeah, that water level's right for Vince. Everyone has their own water level on an RBR. That's what I always tell people, like, smoke it, find your favorite water level, and then it's set for you. But those 10 mils are little terp cannons.
Woohoo!
Man. What a day. Dude, do you have like a point in your glassblowing career where like it was like a moment when you like felt like a really big jump in progression? Like was there a certain step like when you got your first perk you welded in, or like your first, like do you remember like a time where you're like, holy shit, I just did that? Like, or when you took the piece out of the kiln or anything like that?
Yeah, there was a piece that I gave away back on about my 3-year anniversary, and it was just after that class with Yoshina I had taken. I got back and I was just like in such a like drive. Like he literally in 3 days showed us, me and Kyle, more than we had taught ourselves about 2.5 years in at the point. And yeah, the first day I got back, I literally spent like 2 weeks on this one piece, and still today it's my most headiest piece today. And just opening that kiln, just seeing like, wait, I actually just made that, was just like that. That's actually that breaking point I was telling you earlier, where I felt like I had gotten to a point where I was so high and left that I broke past that feeling of people, you know, that judgment and just caring about the bad things. And I still care about all the good things.
You're just proud of yourself.
But I literally was so proud of myself that I felt like, wow, like this is like what I needed to show me that I've actually been putting this work in for something real. That this isn't just, you know, just a side thing that
Hell
I decided
yeah,
to put
dude.
my time into.
That's awesome. That one was terps, right?
Yeah, that
The
was all
color?
terps. Yeah, it was
I
the one
remember
with like
that
the
piece.
six flips on them, a whole bunch
Yeah,
of flips. Yeah,
I
like,
remember that piece.
I was gonna bring it, but I just had already so much glass. Yeah,
Dude,
but
that's
we'll bring
a
it for the
sick
next
one.
sesh for sure.
Dude, yeah, we'll definitely do this more. I'm just going to try and have, now we have a second mic, I'm going to try and have guests as much as possible, and just so people that watch the podcast can learn about all different artists and stuff and maybe find their new favorite glassblower. You never know.
Exactly, and that's what it's all about, really, is passing that love along.
Oh,
That's
dude.
what it's all about, because, like,
Yeah.
you know, before Instagram, before the internet, like, especially as a collector, like, back when I first started, there was unless you knew an artist, that was the only way you got things direct. You had to go through shops. It was all about word of mouth and the spread of the love. So as an independent artist, you want to do the same thing to your scene, for your friends, for your homies, to send that same love that
Hell
you're
yeah.
receiving. So, dude, like I
100%,
said, when you
dude.
said you wanted to be on here, I was literally so stoked, bro.
Dude, I honestly, and this is one thing I always say to like my wife, and I might have said it in lives before, or maybe even in a podcast. I don't know, because I've done a handful of these now. But at the end of the day, like, I don't really care about being the cool guy. I just want to be part of the industry. I want to have like mutual respect with my peers, and I want to have a place that I feel welcome. As humans, all we want is community. And I think that's one thing why people move, and they try to meet new people, and they try to get good at something. Oh, they try to get, my bad, dropped my torch. They try to get good at something because they want their peers and people to accept them, and they want to find a place where people, you know, it's like a community. So
Yeah, it's like a human thing. You want the love.
Yeah.
I mean, love is a norm. That's what I truly believe to be like the one universal thing that I know is real, is love.
yeah,
Like, that's 100% real. I've seen it demonstrated in a million different forms while I've lived here on this earth.
so
Yeah, like everyone
and
wants
I agree with
that.
you, dude.
So,
110%.
and they seek it in so many ways. Like I left home. Yeah, I left. I right after high school, I ventured out here with Kyle, my best friend, and we just said, let's go figure this glass
Dude,
thing out.
we had a fan actually ask that question. I had some people asking some questions in the DMs about this podcast, And they just wanted to hear your perspective of moving from a place where marijuana was like illegal, like, you know, Florida, till moving to a place like Colorado. Like, how hard was it? Because there's a lot of people that like hearing other people's perspective on this, because there's so many people that want to maybe move, but they need to hear more people who've done it.
So definitely it probably was. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a hard thing. 'Cause I definitely, me and Kyle just worked it out. We literally just moved out here.
Looked it
and
out.
we stayed at a hotel for like a week, and then we just found a place to live.
Hell yeah,
Like,
that was
so,
just like
that's what I'm
that.
saying. Like, I came out here with after everything, after we signed the lease and everything, like I had $100 in my pocket, and I just had come out here on a whim. I had none of my. I had a suitcase full of stuff. You know, we were just so like, we want to make hash and work for dispensaries, and like that's what we were so driven on. And like, dude, that's what drove us, because dude, I was so tired of having homies tell me that they just went to jail for, you know, for a stem in their car because they forgot to clean out their car. Or, you know, end of a joint, you know, especially where I come from, Naples, Collier County is a very conservative, very small area. I mean, you go there to retire.
Yeah.
That's the type of area. It's just churches, golf courses, and banks. That's all that's in that area. And so, like, yeah, I mean, still now it's getting more progressive. They're allowing with medical cards, but I mean, it was to the point, yeah, where I was so in fear of just like, I can't even use this new substance, because marijuana was something I got later on in life, around my senior year. So it was like, this new thing that I saw was so beneficial, and I wanted to pursue a career in, and I couldn't do that from my home. Like, it was a dangerous place to do that. So like, yeah, we just literally, we packed up our stuff, literally came out here. Like, I wouldn't say it was probably a little easier for two young kids booked out to do it, but like a family would definitely be a little harder.
Everyone's situation is going to be different.
A little different, but the biggest thing that it showed me too, and what Glass shows me, you have to put yourself out there. You have
100%.
to risk it, because that's the only way you'll ever know if anything was ever going to be real.
Yeah.
And you have to, you know, you just have to put the love behind it. And it sucked at first, you know, eating ramen every single day, you know, trying to figure out who we're going to sell hash to. Because, yeah, when we got in here, you could make hash and sell it to dispensaries at that time. It was the Wild West of Colorado when we moved here, dude. Yeah,
sick.
We could start growing and sell our piece to the dispo. Like,
Dude,
bro, it was
that's
a freaking wild fucking West. So, like, we were trying to make ends meet, but, dude, it was a shit show. But, I mean, like you said, everyone's going to have their own situation. But the biggest thing is just that fear gap of just the failure.
Yeah.
But I feel like what Glass has shown me with patients, that his failures are just learning experiences. You know, they're ways for you to understand that you can progress. Like, oh, you're in that situation at one point in time. Okay, you know, it may have been shitty, but are you there anymore?
Glass is
you know what I'm saying?
constant failure, I feel like.
Exactly.
It's like little
and
doses
that's what
of
it showed me.
constant
Like,
failure.
and that's what kind of life is about. You're gonna fuck up from sometimes. Things are not gonna go your way, but you know, if you don't get yourself in those situations anymore and you learn from it, how are you gonna tell me, was that really that negative a situation then? So yeah, it's just kind of one of those things that we just kind of came out here, just said, let's try, and then yeah, here we are, 2020. It's almost going on 8 years now. It's pretty crazy.
Well, I'll let you take that snap before I ask you any more questions.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I've been staring at this. I'm like, this is actually gonna probably hurt me.
Dude, we're crushing, dude.
Haven't taken
This
snaps
is
all day.
fun.
I was actually waiting for.
Are you good chilling and talking some more, man? You're set. We're chilling.
Dude,
Awesome.
However long you want to keep me. Yeah. Like,
Sweet, bro. Awesome.
Totally. I can move this up, right? There we go.
Well, the wife's working out for the next couple hours.
Sweet,
the baby's at daycare.
No, yeah, I planned I planned this like today. I got everything I needed in the morning. Then I have stuff scheduled later, but like I made sure to get all the work done I could. So yeah, today's
sweet.
I'm so stoked, dude.
Sweet.
But yeah, pretty excited. This is actually my first collab with a good friend of both of us, Ryan Dayer, here on Instagram. If you guys want to check him out at all. This is our first of our collab. He calls it the Bong Cycler. So this is our little trippy flippy version of it. I was really excited. Adriana bought this one for me for my birthday, so I was excited to bring it over.
Fuck
Do
yeah,
you take bong rips?
You know, I do, but I would say that I'm not good at it.
It's a
I can do it.
Skill level. It's a skill,
I can
dude.
do it, but here's the thing. My lungs, I didn't have enough ventilation for a long time, I feel like.
I feel you, dude. I feel you, dude. Especially
I'm feeling better than I was last year because now I have real ventilation and I'm not smoking as much as I was. But yeah, the bong rips, I can smoke one. We'll try. I'll try.
We'll try. Exactly. We'll try. We'll give it a try. Sounds
I'm
good.
not going to say I won't try.
But yeah, Ryan makes it pretty effortless. These things are probably one of the smoothest bongs I've definitely hit.
That's why I love joints and I love dabs because it's just like, yeah, see, when that color happens, that's where I throw up. Right there. And right there, yep, that cloud would follow a stream of vomit. So I'm not doing that. But I'd love to fucking smoke that piece Ryan made because he's the homie. The Titan RBR wouldn't have been possible without Ryan's help. I made the perk and like he assembled and did this whole thing, and he did it on this lathe right here behind us. So that guy, I'm so grateful for his knowledge and help. He supposedly might be coming to Colorado, so I hope he does. I hope someday. Maybe. I don't know if it's real. If he does,
these are just rumors.
These are rumors on the streets. All right, how was that, bro?
Bro, it's smooth the whole time. So like, but then you get freaking murked afterwards, bro.
It's smooth the whole time.
Like, wow. And there's no edit, so you guys are just gonna see me. I'm just, whoo. You're gonna see me just in a wave right now.
Dude, that's so good. No, honestly, bro, the people that watch this, they're gonna have so much fun. They're gonna be getting high as shit with us and watching this, and it's gonna help them have some fun. These drop on the weekends. A lot of people watch these like Sunday mornings and stuff.
Oh, that's when it drops exactly. Okay, I was wondering when it drops.
You know, we really got to be better about it. It's someday. It drops every week. You know, we need to schedule things better. It's the beginning though. I watched a bunch of the early like Rogan podcasts and stuff, dude. We're doing great for the beginning. With refinement and more episodes, it will all get more scheduled and better. But for now, we are just getting high in my garage. But honestly, another big podcast, Fighter and Kid, started in their garage too. You know, there's these huge podcasts that started in garages and stuff. So this is just the beginning. I bet by episode 50, we're fucking, dude, that fucking hit looks like, you know.
Bro, I'm just listening right now. Like you said I can just like listen for a bit. So that's what I'm turning that button on right now. Let me just listen.
Turn it on. Just listen. I'll smoke and you can just listen, dude.
I'll nod and I'll get in here.
I want to smoke a joint while I talk about other stuff though. That way I can keep smoking and talking.
That's what I do love about joint, because I love them at events and stuff, like for festivals, because you can still be immersed in the situation. So it's always been great for group settings for sure, but you just won't see me face a joint in the studio you won't see me do that.
Oh, I do.
You do, Dan. You're an animal.
All day. At night, at midnight, 1 in the morning.
Just fucking
1 in the morning and a big fresh coffee.
Damn.
And I'm just having horrible cramps all over my body.
I'm sweating.
And I'm just dude. All right, sweet. All right, so it's so you know how Elon Musk shot a car into space? You know about that?
I saw that a couple years ago. Yeah. That was pretty wild.
That's pretty cool.
Do you think that was real?
Well,
there's speculation that people thought that, that space isn't real and all that.
Okay, we're not gonna go that far.
I know.
We're not gonna go that far yet.
Real quick, like,
we're not going
was
that far.
video any real?
However, so he shot it into space, and supposedly he was supposed to shoot it to Mars, and it was supposed to like orbit or whatever, but it missed.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What if someday, when we finally have ships capable of getting off the planet, the first one's called Elon. It's like 200 years in the future. And they're getting closer to Mars, and a fucking Tesla smashed into the side of it, wiping out the last ship that was going to save our species.
Right, like the one that was going to be the one to get us. And
Bro.
then his Tesla just comes around banking.
Boom.
Boom.
Model S, done.
Bro,
that would be the demise. Human species. It would be.
He was our future, then he messed it all up at the same time.
Yeah, think about it.
So wait, he just like lost it then? There's no...
I don't know, dude. Honestly, some people said it was supposed to orbit and then come back down as like trash, or was just supposed to shoot into space. But I think shooting a car into space, isn't that kind of like shooting a bullet into like a room of just, because you never know where it's gonna hit, or maybe an ocean, because everything's so vast out there.
Right, because there's nothing stopping it. So yeah.
But still, like what if there's that like one civilization, like they're like we're doing it, and then
what if the one that's coming to finally visit us?
Exactly.
And they're like, damn, like they're finally pretty decent. Let's go check them out.
They shot a missile at us.
And they shot a freaking weird looking missile at us.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh God. No, I was kind of going with when you started saying, I was like, oh, what if we just saw, as we're like on Mars, you just see one of the homies just driving one of the ETs.
Oh yeah,
pulling up. That's how they pull up to say hi to us as we land on the first planet.
Yeah, they've had the test. They got the test.
Like, dude, what is this thing? Like, we like it. Like, you guys got some pretty decent tech. Like, welcome. Like, that's where I thought you were going at first with that.
No, see, I like that too, though. There's so many ways you can go. It really depends how much hash or weed you've smoked.
That helped me get back grounded too, just talking about aliens there. Cause,
dude,
that bong rip had me up there with them for a second.
Dude, I told you I wasn't gonna leave you hanging. I got you, dude.
Thank you, brother.
That way you can come back and do more.
Yeah.
I gotta learn to get better at it too, because I already noticed a couple times I interrupted you. I need to learn.
Oh, dude,
that balance.
This is gonna help just everyone that wants to be involved, like with speaking in general, with public speaking, and just like, speaking in general. Like I do it all the time. Adriana says is I interrupt people. It's just something I think we just do naturally. It's like we don't mean to like, hey, fuck you or nothing. No, it's like, oh, I'm so excited about the topic too. I just, I got something to share with you because, you're my friend.
100%.
So, because I do that a lot, Adriana says, and I just don't even pick up on it when I interrupt people. So I think this is going to be a cool platform to like practice just your talking. Yeah, like,
Definitely, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
for me,
great
it's just
thing.
being excited. I'm just like, oh, let's talk about this.
Definitely.
Oh, man. Yeah, this piece from Ryan is intimidating. I'll try, dude.
Dude, if you want me, there's no
try it out.
pressure, man.
My producer's laughing in the back because he knows. He's like, Evan's not good at doing weed. He'll try. No, I don't think that's why he's laughing because he knows how stoned Vince is. He's like, oh, boy. No, this is going to get real messy.
It's going to get real wild.
Comments, I don't know if you've seen them. They're like, all right, the new game is like, we take a dab every time Evan messes up on like the weeds.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh,
That
when I
would
say
be-
the weeds? Dude, because honestly, I say that.
Or even just
Because-
like, you just like blundering over something.
Dude, well, that's what it is.
That's
like,
a perfect little smoking game.
Well,
I like that.
I'm literally just sharing myself because if we were actually all the people watching this, we're all hanging out, this is legitimately how it would be.
Yeah.
Without the mics, obviously. But
Yeah, it would just be
we
you
would
guys
just
right here.
Yeah, and like I was saying to Vince a little while ago, we're not editing anything, so it is just what it is.
I really like that. No, yes, I like that idea.
That way, because people like when, at least honestly, my experience. Do you watch podcasts at all? Is there
I
any-
listen to a lot because I'm always on the torch.
Yeah.
And the TV is just set up over
In a
here.
weird spot.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to get the TV closer to me. But I just feel like my torch is going to burn it down.
But even listening,
But
usually
I
you can
listen
know.
to so much stuff. Yeah, audio cast, podcasts, like that's what I've been on is all that stuff.
Well, all the
'cause
ones
that
I
information
like-
you're getting, I think is key. Even if it's like subconsciously and you're not 100% getting on it, I'll redo the podcast the next day. I'll play the same one 5-6 times and just get small bits of it the whole time and then finally figure out what the whole thing was about actually. So
Definitely,
that's
dude.
how I watch TV now too. Like just with glass blowing, it's just like changed the way I do things. It's pretty crazy.
None of the podcasts I listen to every minute is good information or content. It's honestly, I just have them playing in the background, and like I watch certain parts so they're like talking about something that interests me. But it's almost like just being like in a room where people are having a conversation. And I feel like nowadays with social media and all texting and how everything works, there's not too many people just sitting down and talking anymore. How often? I mean, you seem like the kind of guy that actually does sit down and just talk to people.
I
But like,
talk,
yeah,
I've actually never been a
but-
big phone person. Like you'll never catch me talking on the phone.
But
Like,
majority
I
of
enjoy
people-
the face to face. Like obviously I have to deal with DMs and internet and all that for sure. But yeah, I feel like that's when people connect is when they're in front of each other. They're expressing. They can see the actual body chemistry and the body language of the person expressing their feelings. Like that's when it's most intimate. Is when you can actually talk to someone. Yeah, no one's doing that, dude. Like I said, it's just everyone's on this new crazy.
Well, I feel like most people, like I've talked to a lot of people that have a hard time actually having a conversation nowadays, and it's not because they don't want to have
It's
a conversation. They're just like not used to it because usually it's through a text. They have time to answer, write it out. It's not just like on the fly, whatever.
Exactly. Like you can, especially with text. I've even noticed myself even too, where
Me too.
I can convey some messages a lot like clear through a text, but like when I try to say it, like I kind of get mixed up because it's on the spot or it's like I just don't know how
I'm
to
the same
express
way.
myself. So definitely, I think that's just it's something that everyone probably deals with because
100%.
it's hard to just to put yourself, like it goes back to that putting yourself out there and just expressing yourself, and doing it in person is the hardest thing to do. Like it's easier to say something over text and wait for the response, and like put your phone down, but it's a lot harder to express yourself to the people you care about.
Well, I think with like all the podcasts nowadays, for people that don't get those conversations anymore, when they watch podcasts, the reason people like them just playing in the background is because they're hitting that note that humans like naturally want to feel of like, oh, I'm like, there's like a conversation. You're hearing someone's point of view, whether you like it or not. Like it's just a conversation. Especially it's even better. Like when I'm doing my solo podcasts, I'm just ranting for like an hour, and it's like, whatever. It's just like what's on my mind and stuff. And I'm just trying to like share myself with people so that when I do guest podcasts, the people that really follow this know kind of who I am. So when we're doing things they're like, oh, that's like a normal Evan thing. Like, oh, he does
Exactly.
that. Like, it's like, oh, he's whatever. But so I think like with the long format conversations, it's like people like them so much because it's like comfortable and natural, because people do want to talk and have these conversations. But with all the technology, people have become a little bit disconnected. It's just like when you stop writing in cursive. Like if you stop writing in cursive after 5-6 years, all of a sudden you try to write something in cursive, you're like, whoa, what's happening?
Same thing. Like I'm bilingual, but I can like interpret it perfectly. But I realize sometimes when I go to write it down, I'm like, I don't know how to spell half these words anymore, even
Yeah.
though I can read it perfectly.
So it's like a
But,
muscle. If you don't practice it, you kind of lose it. So
Mhm.
if you're not practicing having these natural conversations with people, if you're kind of just so busy working, then you go home and the only kind of conversations you have are through text or
posting on your
Instagram
yeah,
or Facebook, then you might lose that skill of being able to have like a natural conversation. So I don't know, maybe
I definitely like have that issue where I feel like when it comes to like my inner stuff, like I have a really hard time just definitely expressing when things are bothering me, because like that's definitely the one thing I will definitely like escape with using our technology, because I feel like it's just something everyone like falls to, like, oh, like it's very hard for you to express yourself like on that format to someone, because it's just like it's different when you're trying to talk to someone in person and you, like I said, you haven't practiced expressing how you truly feel, because sadly society, you know, it's been weird for so long how we grew up, you know, expressing your feelings, you know, as a guy got you somewhere, then as a woman you got labeled a certain way. Like it's always been weird if you expressed yourself.
definitely.
So it's like, so I can imagine anyone that, you know, it's how hard it is, especially when you're going through bull crap.
But I feel like that's where this podcast and Instagram was the first step, and then the podcast now, like I'm finding ways like where I'm just like kind of just like being myself, and then it is what it is, so I don't have to feel that like stress. I don't know, of like trying to like be someone for a certain group of people.
Exactly. When we first started hanging out here at the studio, you always used to say goes back to the being the cool kid at the cool table. Like that literally transformed my whole image on glassblowing.
Oh, really?
And just like a lot of things, because it's like, oh, there's no point. Why am I, you know, not that I don't want to be working with my idols one day for sure, but like trying to race to attain, you know, that.
I can explain that for like the listeners too.
Yeah,
so I've like talked to people and like said like this kind of analogy, just my perspective of where I'm in the glass industry. Like I look at the glass industry, where you like walk into it and it's like you see, it's like walking into a lunchroom at a new school and there's all these different tables and it's like, where do you sit? And like there's all these like, you know, then there's like the cool kids table, the people you really look up to, the innovators, the people that build the industry. And then I look at myself as like I'm like the homeschool kid. Like, you know, I'm not at any of the pep rallies or anything because I don't go to that school, but you guys see me like at the gas station or the subway down the road every day because we live in the same town. But I don't know, way too high to explain this anymore, Vince. I'll be honest with you, and I gotta smoke this fucking bong. But yeah, I know that.
But what that helped me is like trying to like fit into like any type of thing, where I just realized like, no, Pop D needs to just be me.
Yeah. 100%.
Like let me, you know, and that's when I really started to break away and started doing like all these crazier designs, and I felt like I started to finding more of myself, because I was like, wait, let me stop trying to find this narrative and just like, no, like especially with art, I guess like that's what you have to do. You have to break away, you have to branch
100%.
out, and you just have to like be you. And like that's something I feel everyone needs, is to be able to feel like they can be themselves and express themselves in a safe environment. Like that's this is so cool that you're gonna have a platform that people can come, you know, and express themselves. Like,
definitely. And if they're down to do it like this,
yeah, like, exactly. And maybe it takes a little for a time. Maybe some guests will just come by and keep
You're so natural at it
chill.
though, dude, though. Like you're so natural at this. It was so easy.
Oh,
it's
dude.
Awesome.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. I think it is because, just of our relationships.
Yeah.
Maybe like some homies that you may have hung out maybe with a couple times, or maybe you've done a collab with a couple times.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be a little bit more like, you know, a little different. But I feel like once they start to really feel like, dude, this is just a place that, you know, Evan's now given a platform that we can just be ourselves, express it, and then people are here to, you know, to sharing it.
That's what I'm saying. Find your new favorite artist, because
Yeah,
like
dude,
some people might really connect with someone because of like the stories they tell or their perspective on life and things, you know, and then they'll see things in the art that they never saw before. Like maybe someone sees your piece when they're scrolling through the Explorer page, but then they learn really about you, and then they see that same piece again and they see a totally different piece because they see all these different personalities because they know you, or, you know, dude, some side of you.
Each artist has a story, exactly. Yeah. Like, you see the piece, but bro, there's so much that goes into that one piece, because there's so many. It's like you're saying, there's this story behind it, and for people to have a place to, you know, express that a little bit more for everyone, I feel like it's gonna open doors. Dude, you take whatever you don't want, and I'll finish it.
I'm scared. I'm gonna take it, and then I think I gotta talk about one more thing, and we're at like a fucking hour and 15 minutes, dude.
Wow, dude.
We're crushers.
So I'm saying, this literally just feels like the last time we were just chilling.
I was saying an hour and a half, because a lot of the podcasts I listen to, the most like liked ones are actually the 90-minute ones, and not everyone listens to them in one go. But they just like, it's like they kind of like, it's, you know,
that's smart. I like
it's
that.
a long, full conversation. So the 90 minutes for the guests is, I think, usually the goal.
Sweet, I like it, dude.
All right.
It doesn't even feel like we've been chilling for that long.
I'm terrified, everybody.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. All right, let's see if the angle. I want to make sure Ryan's work looks like a heater.
It's a
freaking. I mean, obviously it looks like a heater every angle, but I just want to show the best angle of that vortex. So
I think right there is good. Yep. Once you see the little bubbles right here, it's kind of like the angle.
Oh fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna need to eat food and lay down or something after this. I got so much work to do though. That's okay though. All right, here we go.
Fuel.
Fuel.
Just hit it like a vape, bro.
Dude, I wasn't getting it lit. Oh, shoot a shredder.
There we go. Look at that. My boy can hit a bong, no problem.
Well, now. That tastes really great. There's definitely some left, though.
Yeah, I'll finish it up.
Ooh.
See, look at that.
Dude, it was actually really good. I probably could have done more. Honestly, maybe the last time I smoked a bong, the weed was mids. You know, because honestly, Roy's shit is so smooth. Damn. The terps, though, I gotta blow my nose now. Dude, they get me running. Damn, that was really tasty.
Dude, lemon skull.
Recyclers for flour too, huh? Because that's, I mean, I feel like it would do just the same with the oil, just like helping like reducing.
Bro, like, I think so. I think it's like one of the smoothest hits. Like I have a couple solves, and I love those as my daily drivers. But like when I want to take like some grammar, because like this thing can like pack a good gram. Like when I want to take some fatties, this thing does the job, dude. Like
Yeah,
Ryan's
dude.
figured out how to really make a fucking bong go really smooth.
No, he's definitely full of knowledge. He's growing, dude. Though I see it.
Bro, his
You know?
new design he just put out, that like little prototype of the new one.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see him refine that one, dude. It looks so
Bro, that
sweet.
weed made me feel so much more leveled out. I was a little bit had the
Dude.
coffee shakes there for a second. I was a little bit
a
like,
little bit of water, a little
Nah,
bit of love would do you right.
dude, those weed terps. Yeah, man. So you said you were a shop owner for 5 years. I just want to talk about this real quick before we end this
for
up.
about 5 years or so. We had an online boutique for a little bit, and then the rest of it was an actual physical place here in the Springs off of like El Paso
Okay.
and Fillmore.
Word.
Yeah, me and my Kyle, and then my other best bud that had moved out here at the time. He's back in Florida, I believe. He's moved down there with his family. But yeah, we had opened up a sweet shop here, and like that's how I really got into the scene. Because at first we just bought stuff from just head shops, and
Yeah.
that's how we got our hella glass. But as soon as we were able to start, getting glass wholesale, like I was able to start stepping into these studios, and that was way before I blew glass. But like the appreciation level literally just was like, whoa, like
Yeah.
now you really see what these wizards are like. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's wizard work, dude. Especially like dude, some of the work that's out there on the scene is just like, how are these dudes even doing that stuff? But it's just a lot of hard work. But yeah, having the shop for about, I think we closed it around 2015. That's right before I blew glass. But dude, being able to work with such amazing artists, seeing just like from their side, their perspective of like how they had to deal with things and how we had access to them, and now how people, like Instagram now, like you can just hit up a dude directly.
Yeah.
But, like before, like when we first opened the shop, like it was still hard to like get an appointment or get a connection with an artist, find them, because things were still
Different time.
it was literally
Different
still
time.
so new. And now the scene literally is just booming, dude. It's so cool to see how many new shops are opening up, dude.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's literally kick ass, and it goes back to like how I was saying, like there's got to be at least 1 million art glass blowers now.
Dude,
and
yeah,
just
it's
being
crazy.
on like all three ends of the glass blowing scene, being a collector, then going in as a shop owner, like it really just gave me just like an appreciation level of how we have to still keep that such a like focused thing. I like to call it the Boro Trinity. It's where it's a artist, shop, collector. And
Yeah.
we still have to keep that very true
In order to build the economy,
because
yeah.
that's how artists today can do those single.
Yeah,
you know
because
what
like
I'm saying?
I know I could make obviously more
Way
money,
more money,
if
right?
I sold direct, if I just hired a couple people and built a platform to sell just direct. But it's more about like I want the glass to be like spread around. I want there to be other ways for other people to make money, because in order for our industry to grow, other people need to be making money and like building economy. So I want to like, I feel like the RBR maybe someday will be remembered as one of those pieces that kind of helped the glass economy for a little bit or
Dude,
something.
for sure.
Who
bro.
knows?
I like to think of for sure something like that. Like,
So
it's just gonna be like a pillar, a pillar piece, dude. It's gonna be
Maybe
like,
I honestly just want it to be like a staple, like Toro
exactly.
or
It's just
Roar.
like something that I feel like are gonna remember. Dude.
Almost
Just-
like a Nike symbol or something. Like even if you don't like it, you still know like what it is. Like I want it to be noticeable. I want people to know, but I think people are starting to learn about the RBR and know about it. So I think we should finish this up with one last dab, Vince. I think. Are you down for a Titan dab or?
dude, I gotta hit that at least once. Yes.
Okay. I think you should finish
Yeah.
up with a Titan
I'll
dab.
take
I'm
a
gonna
nice little
take.
Titan.
I'm gonna take. Let's see here. Fuck, The weed. I don't even know. I'm
He's like-
scared of that
he's-
Titan.
He's literally like the weed.
Yeah.
The weed.
I know it's annoying that I say that, but
No, I call it weed. I call it all types of stuff.
that's just what it is, you know. That's my personality. All right.
So how do you hit this guy?
Oh boy, let's talk about it. So, I would say that the best way to hit it is to get your whole dab in the nail, cap it, and then you're gonna want to pull on it like with just like don't go like you kind of want to like do like a consistent like strong like lift the water until it's like right about like mid here, but like don't take your time, like just lift it with a strong pull, and then once it like really starts climbing, you can start pulling harder, then it opens up, and then it becomes less drag. But did you sign the release form to smoke this yet?
I believe that's the first thing I was handed.
Okay,
to,
good.
yes.
We always have to make sure people sign the
Yeah,
release form for this.
Yep.
3 collapsed lungs
Woo.
so far. So, just kidding. No. But it is a pain in the ass to smoke, and anyone that actually can smoke it, I'm proud of, because it takes a lot of effort. Now, what I think we're going to do, Vince, is I'm going to throw the nail in it. What I did is I stood on the stool.
Okay.
But, you know.
Yeah, my shorts. You're gonna see my legs.
I know.
Nice.
Dude, this is perfect. This is the content.
Hey, this is gonna go on my OnlyFans. This is gonna, you know what I'm saying? This might cost a little bit more.
All right, dude, I'm going to
There's
hit
a
you
lot of
up.
content right there.
All right, bro. So let's do a cold start with this, but we gotta get you loaded up with some
Let me
terps
just like
first.
feel it out real quick.
Oh yeah, take some pulls on it. Take some dry pulls. Check it out. Oh, dude, you gotta work harder than that, bro. You can hold
I
on.
see that. I see that.
Oh,
I see that.
good.
Whoa.
Dude, you see the hits I was taking out of it? That's you gotta.
And then spin it to the side.
Oh, spin his toes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, well, yeah.
See how hard this is to smoke? It's exciting. This is why I'll probably never sell them unless someone signs a form saying, I know that this will be a pain in the ass to
This is
smoke.
gonna be a tricky one to smoke a dab, but I feel like this is a bomb, dude.
Do you want? I mean,
No,
do you think you think you could take a dab or a flower?
because I
hit
can
through it?
charge it better. Because if I can like charge the bowl up and then when I'm ready to release, I can just. But let's just do a dab. Because I don't think do you have a bowl that will fit. Ready to go?
14 mil?
14?
No. Is yours a 10?
Mine's an
Oh,
18.
18.
Big boy.
Big boy, yeah.
Nah,
Dude, I'll take the first
next-
dab if you want. They can see my legs first. If you
All right.
want me to demo.
Are you ready to dab it? You're good from the bong hit?
Yeah.
All right, you
yeah.
go first then.
I'll demo it, bro. My legs are looking so white. This is great.
That's what I'm saying. They got the view today. Dang.
All right. So let's see here. What are we gonna dab? Let's get into more of that oranges, because it's honestly not as stony as that fucking flow.
Yeah, next time, our next sesh, I'm bringing a 14 mil slide for this baby.
Let's do it. I cleaned this in the bathtub yesterday.
I would say, how is cleaning this baby? Oh my lord. God, you gotta use a shower head just to clean this.
I was like swinging it through the air to like shake the alcohol through it. It was insane. I hit it on stuff a bunch of times. I was quality testing. I was like, quality.
Ryan's like, this is a good bong.
Dude,
/ Warhammer if needed.
bro, I'm so excited to fucking start. Like, I get to go work out again in the beginning of July.
Oh, you get gyms are opening back up?
My gym for privates.
Nice, that's
So I need to lose fucking 20 pounds. Because, dude, I've been eating so many Pop-Tarts. I don't even know
good.
what's
Damn,
happening.
the boys on the tarts.
Dude. We're trying to get sponsored by Pop-Tarts right now.
We get my dab ready.
That'd be tight. We get that Bear Mountain flavor. It's the same flavor as Elvis. It's banana, honey, peanut butter. Just kidding. I don't know if
Damn.
that's what Elvis. Does anyone know? Mark knows. Thank you. Mark knows. I feel like Mark knows trivia.
He's got us. Got our back so we don't sound totally
Honestly,
silly.
like that's like Mark's one of those people I wish I just always had next to me. So I was like, "What's this mean?" He would just be like, "Oh, it means this."
He's got like I got you.
I'm like, "Oh,
All right.
perfect." I'm a high school dropout that makes bomb. Oh, it doesn't fit that.
This
one.
This one.
Dude, I'm scared. Are you?
So you preload it, you get everything ready.
You have to preload it. It's just a mess.
I got my dab
Alright.
ready.
Give me a half a little turn this way so it's sideways.
A little bit more. It's probably her best angle. Fully sideways, she's not as pretty, I feel like. You know, like this side, it's my better side.
But I was like, I got this side, you know, and then I got this side. It's like,
Alright, torch is right up here. Okay, the fear. I got it. It's in me. Oh, my body.
you have to spin.
No, I'm just, I'm just trying to figure out where I want to be, you know? Okay, the hash is in there.
So did I even pack the hash?
Dude, this is definitely we need a better, we should probably be using that stool with the mic next time. It's like an actual stool for safety.
You just ripped it, looks like. Alright, I'm just gonna rip it like that. Looks like you just shredded it.
Shred the door. Shred the door. Turp roll.
Mmm. Tasty.
Dismount.
Damn, proper.
Thick boy landing.
I'm ready.
Oh, my body. Well,
I was here when you guys made this, and I literally have been wanting to smoke this since that day because you made it and you like kilned it all crazy with like half of it sticking out the kiln.
But yeah.
And then this is the last time I got to see it since then, so I can't wait to rage this.
Don't overthink it. Believe in yourself.
Thank you.
And be careful. Those are the key things I'd say when smoking a Titan RBR.
This like brings me back to like 2009 right now. Smoking the fucking
Make
6
sure
foot
we got
graphics
this.
bongs.
I will stand here for your safety. We gotta get you loaded up
You're
though,
here
so
to-
get comfy up there first. Oh, you're getting it loaded up?
Yep, got the dropper. Drop the hash ball in there.
Okay.
Hash ball is
Perfect.
dropped.
Alright, there's the cap. Would you like me to heat it for you or
Yeah, you can go ahead and do the whole shebang. And
get
I'm just gonna
comfy?
Rip this thing.
And just give it a minute. We're gonna just let it milk up. This nail's like takes I feel like a little longer here, but it was just hot, so I guess it's going quicker. There we go. We're hot enough. Believe in yourself, Vince. Work for it. You gotta work harder, Vince. Everyone, I hope you understand how hard this is. I really believe in myself when I'm smoking it, even though I'm not good at smoking weed. And now Vince is going to be really dizzy after this, but it's not from THC content. It's actually lack of oxygen
To the brain.
to the brain. So that's one of the things with this. You could sell this at a head shop and no one even needs to smoke it. Just put enough water in it, have everyone pull on it really hard 5 times, and they're high as shit. Lack of oxygen.
That's marketing right there, bro.
There you go, bro. You don't even need weed. Just pull on that Titan. That water high.
Thank you for letting me rip that one, dude. This thing is just too sick.
Yeah, she's pretty funny. Damn, dude, we fucking did a long one today, bro. We're just at about 90 minutes.
Hey, well,
It was
again,
super
thank you
fucking
so
fun.
much for having me, and I'm really stoked for more episodes, dude, because, like I said, we crushed 90 minutes, and we only talked about a couple things, dude. We got so much to talk about.
Dude, I told you. Were you a little bit like thinking like, oh man, I hope I have enough to talk about?
At first, before we started, I had like a little bit of a butterflies,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But, dude, it literally was just
Dude.
chilling, dude.
Well, I hope I was a good interviewer or host or friend during this.
Bro,
you
as
know?
my first time experience of doing anything like this, I thought it was freaking
Wait till
phenomenal,
episode
dude.
like 100. We're gonna be
Right,
fucking.
it's gonna be next level.
We're
I
gonna
bet.
be buttery. We're gonna have TVs with clips. We're gonna be pulling up.
Ooh.
We're gonna be talking about glass, deeper, all types of glass.
I'm digging.
We're gonna do all of the weeds. There's another one. And then, yep, exactly. And awesome, dude. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out to do this. And guys, don't forget about the Heady Hawaii drop. Check out our website for any merch, www.bmsglass.com. We'll have that down in the bio. We got mood mats dropping this week coming up, so watch for those. These are the new mood mats that match the new shirt apparel that's going to be landing, anyone that pre-ordered. And this is awesome, guys. I'm going to keep doing these guest ones as much as possible and those solos because I like those ones as well. This is the What's Up Everybody podcast. Thank you so much, Vince. And do you want to actually, Vince, can you plug your Instagram and stuff?
Oh, for
first guest,
sure.
so like it's new for me.
Yeah, well, thank you again for having me. And again, Vincent Martinez is actually my name and who I am. But here on Instagram and on all social media, you can just find me at PopDGlassArt. So thank you again for having me, dude. And I'm so stoked for the future. Like, this was literally so much fun and so needed, dude. Like, now I'm going to go into the studio and just crush.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hopefully you got that motivation going.
Seriously.
All right, guys. Hope you have an awesome weekend and a great week. And thank you so much, everybody.
Later, guys.
Later.